Hello and welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I am your host Rebecca JANE Felgate, and today we are talking the top 10 scary Joker theories. You know what's coming.
Why so serious?
In general, I think that we are way too serious. I'm always stressing about some silly and ultimately not really that important stuff, so maybe we can all just take a leaf out of the Joker's book and, just give in to being criminally insane. Imagine how good it would feel. I joke. Don't do that. Before we get into the video, why don't you guys let me know who your favourite character is in the Batman verse? I am obviously always here for Alfred, especially when he's Michael Caine. What a babe. Let me know your thoughts and favourite characters in the comment section down below. While you're down there, please do leave a thumbs up on this video. It would make me really happy. If you haven't yet subscribed to the most amazing channel on the internet, go ahead and do so. If you want to connect with us off screen, then check out the links in the description to our most amazing Instagrams. Alright, coming in at number 10, he was a soldier and has PTSD. This theory has done the rounds. First off, it seems that a lot of people think that the Joker has a military background, which of course makes a lot of sense. He's got some serious hand-to-hand combat skills. He's skilled with weapons like grenades and rocket launchers. He's able to fit in with military officers when he is in disguise. The signs are there. Continuing this theory, Patton Oswalt from the Nerdist wrote, "I just rewatched The Dark Knight and another winkle came to mind about the Joker. What if he is not only ex-military but ex-military intelligence, especially interrogation? He seems to be very good at the kind of mind tricks he's sustained professional interrogation requires." I actually agree, the signs are kind of there. So continuing on this, perhaps he does have post-traumatic stress disorder, or he experienced something that made him want to turn against the government. He hates the mayor. He also says something to Harvey Dent when he's in hospital, something along the lines of, "A truck full of soldiers are killed and no one bats an eyelid." Perhaps he feels jilted by the military. Perhaps he got his scars in war. Perhaps it sent him over the edge. Coming into number 9, we have the toy gun theory. This is a new theory posted in Reddit just a day ago as of the filming of this video, but it has already had nearly 2,000 upvotes. Crazy Bubba thinks that the Joker's Tommy gun in Dark Knight is a toy and a nod to his comic book style of weapon. Also, this feeds into his general act of deception. Apparently there is a scene in the movie where bullets bounce off a car window without smashing it. Some people are even working hard to connect this to the mask. A mask and a Joker universe theory would be really great if anyone has one. I'm here for it. Coming into number 8, we have the Joker is immortal. It seems that in the comic book series Endgame, it is hinted that the Joker may well be immortal. While most interpretations of the Joker don't show him with any superpowers, it is suggested that he came into contact with a meteorite that fell to Earth and made him crazy, but also granted him immortality. Tale as old as time. This could be why he never seems to die, why he keeps coming back time and time again in order to bring about chaos. This is likely why he always spurs Batman on to kill him. He knows he can't die. Some people have gone even further to suggest that his colourings are a metaphor too. He does kind of look like a grinning Dracula, who also can't die. Similar. Coming into number 7, Danny from The Shining is the Joker. What? It's wild. What happened to Danny, the kid from Stephen King's The Shining? That's a question I often wonder. The kid had a strange psychic ability and a terrible childhood trauma. I'd like to point you towards this meme. It says it all really. Read along with me. "My father was a drinker and a fiend. One night he goes off crazier than usual. Mummy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like it one bit. So me, watching, he takes the knife to her laughing. While he does it, he turns to me and says, 'Why so serious?'" The Joker's words himself applied to The Shining. Is it possible that Danny grew up to be the Joker and that his shining made it easier for him to be a criminal mastermind? Coming into number 6, I saw this coming a mile off, we have the Joker and Batman are brothers. Again, another tale as old as time. There is a predictable but popular theory out there that the Joker's last name is Wayne. There is a theory that says Thomas and Martha Wayne had another child and that he was born with severe mental disabilities, so grew up isolated in a psychiatric hospital. The Joker, mad at being abandoned and not shown love, breaks out only to find that he has a brother his parents actually liked, and he's rich, like hella rich. He does some digging with his crazy criminal mastermind and finds out his brother is none other than Batman. In The Dark Knight, the Joker turns to Batman and says, "You know, you remind me of my father. I hated my father." The Joker is obsessed with Batman, at one point calling him a freak like him. Sure. Okay, the Joker has a lot of backstories, but we never hear the true one. Could he be a Wayne? Coming into number 5, the Joker is a virus. Suggestions have been made that the Joker is in some ways poisonous. In a Batman video game, Arkham Knight, the Joker's blood poisons a number of Gotham's citizens. We know he also has some strong mind manipulation powers. There is a theory that actually says that he isn't real, he's a thought virus that infects people, and those infected can become the next Joker. This could explain Harley Quinn's quick descent and the fact that he seems to be able to regenerate after he dies. So long as he's infected others, perhaps he can come back. I guess kind of building on from this thought virus thing, perhaps we can connect that to our next theory because they're kind of in the same area. Coming into number 4, we have the Joker knows. There is a convincing theory out there that says that the Joker is self-aware. He knows that he is in a comic or a film, and some people even suggest that he knows he's a character, aka he's not real. Perhaps he knows he's a figment of an imagination. A thought virus, if you will. It has been well discussed that the Joker acknowledges that he is a comic, with his frequent asides like better not miss this and don't try this at home. In the movie he tells a number of different origin stories about his scars to different characters, and the only people who know that he's telling a different story are not in the universe, it's the audience. Perhaps this is a nod to us that he knows that we're watching and he wants to demonstrate how his actions are pretty fake and how he can manipulate people. He is regularly making jokes to the audience too, if you subtly pick up on it. There is a great Reddit theory that I've left in the description box about all of this, so do check it out. Perhaps the reason he doesn't seem to be scared of dying is because he is immortal. He knows he's not real. Coming into number 3, the Joker is Robin. Another classic theory. What happened to Robin? He was peed off for always being the bridesmaid and never the bride, always the sidekick and never the leading lad. He went rogue and he became bigger than Batman. He took him down. Internet sleuths claim that there are bird tattoos visible on the Joker's arms. Birds, Robins, you see what we're saying. They also say that he has bullets consistent with the damaged Robin costume that you see in Batman vs Superman. People have long speculated over the Joker's origins. Perhaps he is none other than Jason Todd, the second Robin who was apparently killed by the Joker, allegedly, but perhaps he became the Joker. Again, remember Robin's costume in Batman vs Superman? It's defaced with graffiti that reads, "Ha ha, joke's on you, Batman." Interesting. J for Jason, J for Joker, J for joke's on you, Batman. Coming into number 2, the Joker killed Heath Ledger. It is a popular theory that seems to have solidified itself as an acting urban legend. A lot of people think that the psychological effects of playing the Joker stuck with the Australian actor, leading him down a dark hole of despair. Heath Ledger was just 28 years old when he overdosed on prescription drugs for anxiety and insomnia. Ledger claimed that he couldn't sleep after The Dark Knight. In a New York Times interview, he said, "Last week I probably slept an average of 2 hours a night. I just couldn't stop thinking. My body was exhausted and my mind was still going." It is said that Ledger placed himself in self-imposed exile in order to get into the right mind space for the role. His diaries as he prepared for the role were particularly dark. They were filled with images from A Clockwork Orange and scary clowns. The words "bye bye" were scrawled across one of the pages. The star's sister Kate says that his death had absolutely nothing to do with the Joker, but the theory and the urban legend do persist. Heath Ledger, of course, posthumously won an Oscar for the role. Very well deserved. You do have to wonder though, how much of it was acting? Finally, coming into number 1, let's subvert the whole thing. The Joker is the hero. Who is the hero and who is the villain? Well, it's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? Is there really anything scarier than realizing that you're backing the wrong horse? Again, it goes to show that there are two sides to every story. There is a gold award-winning Reddit theory that says that the Joker is a goodie. The post by General Z points out that Gotham was a mess before the Joker came along. Sections of the city were closed off, city officials were corrupt, and they had to rely on a vigilante for crime control. They argue that the Joker got rid of organised crime, he robbed a mafia-controlled bank, and he murders key criminals. The city was safe for 8 years after the Joker left, safer than it ever was when Batman was running the show. Well, that was that. What do you think to these theories? Do you think any of them have any legs? Do you have any more for me? Let me know in the comments section down below. I'm your host, Rebecca Felgate. Do check out the links in the description box for our sources and our most amazing Instagrams. If you haven't yet liked this video, then please do go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Click subscribe if you haven't yet. I promise you that you will love this channel. Stick around, we've got a whole playlist so you can keep on watching, but for now, I'm off to do some thinking. See you guys soon. Bye!